Thank you so much for joining us today. As you may have just noticed on the screen, we are now recording this webinar. We have locked or limited the number of participants to about 250, so anybody who can't jump on at the time due to that restriction will be able to see this later on, so it will be recorded. So in saying that, please do make sure that your microphones do remain muted at all times, and also please do keep your videos off. So to be able to turn your video off, all you need to do is jump onto that toolbar that pops up on your screen there, click on that video icon and it will say turn camera off. So making sure that that stays off at all times so that we can record this and share this with viewers who can't join us today. So first of all, to start us off this morning, thank you very much for joining us for the Aquatic Fitness and Recreation Industry PD series. My name is Caitlin and I work at LifeSaving Victoria in the Education Department, and I will be your presenter today. So we would like to acknowledge that in this uncertain and challenging time, key aquatic recreation and fitness industry organisations have all come together and taken the decision to step up the effort to support engagement and professional development during the COVID-19 state of emergency. So the outcome of this collaboration is the decision to offer free professional development opportunities to anybody associated with the aquatic and fitness industry 4 times each week. So this will be between April and July as well. So obviously today's session is part of the swimming and water safety education session. We'll be running these every Wednesday with many internal and external presenters each week. So we'll be focusing on a variety of different topics targeted towards both school teachers and school staff, as well as swim teachers and aquatic staff as well. So thank you to everyone who's jumped on board today, and we hope that you can take a lot out of today's session. So today we will be talking about some brand new resources that the Swimming and Water Safety Education team have put on our online toolkit and how these can be used in a variety of different ways. So usually we would use our resources in the classroom or at the pool during swim school lessons. However, at the moment, these may have to be transferred to a digital or virtual classroom and shared digitally in a variety of different ways. So we'll be here to support that and support your journey through navigating this new scene and setting of education and how we can use the resources that we have provided for you guys in those sorts of ways as well. So before we begin, we will be going through a little bit of housekeeping to start with. So as I've mentioned a couple of times, please do make sure to keep your microphones off. We have muted you already, and we'll make sure we can jump on any that might unmute themselves. Please also keep your cameras off. As I said before, we are recording this webinar series, so make sure that that stays off so that we can just keep seeing that screen. If you do have any questions at any time, and these may pop up at any time while I'm saying anything, or if you see something on the screen, please don't hesitate to put these in the chat section of this Microsoft Teams event. So to be able to access the chat section, all you need to do is jump again onto that toolbar that pops up on your screen. You'll see a little chat box icon there. Click on that one and you'll see the chat pop up. So please don't hesitate to pop any questions on there at any time, and we'll do our very best to attend to those throughout the session, and we'll have some time at the end of the session as well to make sure that we can answer those for you. And finally, as I have said a couple of times, the webinar will be recorded. So you will be able to access this again later on if you did find some interesting information and you want to revisit it, or if you want to share this with your fellow staff members as well, they'll be able to watch this later on. Okay, so I'll introduce the people who we have joining us today. My name is Caitlin, and I am the Project Officer for Swimming and Water Safety Education in Schools at LifeSaving Victoria. So my role is to support schools and also aquatic facilities as well as they develop and implement their school swimming programs, sharing the resources we have and supporting in any way we can. We also have Michelle Ling joining us today, who is also a project officer in the Swimming and Water Safety Education team. We have Jen Howgate, and we have Liz Tazzoni as well. So we will all be here to answer your questions during this session. We'll come together at the end and have an opportunity to answer those questions for you, but please do pop them in at any time while they're still fresh in your mind, and we'll get to them at the end of the session. To start off with, we would like to begin today by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands on which we all meet today and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. So to start off with, a lot of you may have already accessed our brand new Swimming and Water Safety online toolkit, or our relaunched online toolkit. I'll pop a photo of it up on the screen there. This is the new design that we released earlier in the year. Got lots and lots of information on it for both schools and aquatics facilities to support the development of their swimming and water safety programs. So hopefully you have all had the opportunity to jump on and have a look through and seen all the fantastic resources and information we have available on there as well. So these are just a couple of topics that we have on the toolkit to provide information for you guys. We've got the key messages and statistics about swimming and water safety. We've got information about swimming and water safety and how it fits in the Victorian curriculum. And that will actually be something we cover in a webinar in the coming weeks as well. And we also have information about funding that schools can utilise to support their school swimming and water safety programs, and much, much more. So we'll start off by going through some of the brand new LifeSaving Victoria resources and activities that we have placed on the online toolkit in recent weeks. So this has been in response to the current situations that we're all facing and the changes in the education system as well that may be occurring next term. So as you can see here, we have an example of one of our resources that we did have physical copies of, and we've now placed it online as a digital copy. So this will be accessible on the online toolkit for free. You can download it, project it on your interactive whiteboard if you'd like to, teachers. You can share it digitally with your students in any way you can as well. And of course, aquatics facilities, we encourage you to share this with your families. It's a fun little activity that can even be branched out into something more. So this is our little search and find poster here. So as you can see, you've got a couple of things that you can look for in the photo and a list of things that can be searched for. So this alone can be an activity in itself. Obviously, the students have a task to be able to find the multiple different things in the image, but we also encourage you to use this as the base of an activity or something that can be expanded into so much more. So for example, this could be seen as a picture prompt, and students could take different elements of this picture prompt and then develop a story into it. They could use it to initiate their thinking about writing a recount, for example. So there are lots of different opportunities that this poster alone can present. Students could then develop their own water safety poster with their own water safety messages as well. Students could turn this into an iMovie, so they could create a performance or a play based on the inspiration that they get from this poster. So we've got lots of fantastic resources available that aren't just specific for that one activity, but can be used to develop into some greater activities as well and make those connections to different areas of the curriculum. So we'll jump on right now and we'll see what else we can access on the Swimming and Water Safety online toolkit. So as you can see, this is the new tab that we have developed that shows the new resources that we have available on our toolkit here. So these new resources, they are designed to have no planning or preparation needed by teachers. So we've done all that work for you, and they can be shared digitally online with your students. They can be printed out and distributed to any students who are still attending physical classroom lessons as well. So they're all there and accessible for free as well there. So I will go through a couple of them today. We'll see that we've designed some resources that can be accessible for all year levels. And then we've divided some into different primary levels there as well. So if we start off here, we'll open up one of our workbooks that we've designed. This is the Foundation to Level 2 workbook. And it's got a whole lot of different activities that can be completed by students, either in the classroom or at home as well. So this activity here, students are asked to remember to always swim between the flags. There's that water safety message involved there. And students can draw a picture of themselves swimming in between the flags and then decorate the surroundings of that picture there as well. So again, this can be an activity in itself, like with our other resource, or it can branch out to something much larger. So this could be the beginning of a story that students create, a recount that they create in those junior levels, and a variety of different things. So teachers can take this and develop it into something else. The best thing about these activity booklets as well is aquatics facilities. You can share these with your families at home as well, or even share these with schools who you have those previous connections with. So we are really encouraging water safety to continue to be taught even during these times when students may not be able to access their usual school swimming lessons. We still need to make sure that those water safety messages are being taught in a variety of different ways so that we can keep students engaged, and it can be continuous learning for when they then rejoin their school swimming lessons later on. So we've got another activity here, the My 5 activity. Students will trace their hand and write all different types of water environments. So 5 different types, 1 in each finger. And finally, students can spot the rip. In this image here, we've got an example, and then students can circle the rip as they find it in those images there. So that's about what our activity booklets will be looking like. And I'll also show you some of the projects that we have developed as well. So if we jump in here, so these projects are designed to take a little bit more time. If students have access to Wi-Fi, which hopefully they do, we do have some clips that they can watch as well. And so this one, for example, the students can watch this clip. It really connects them, and it's a great introduction to what they'll be completing in this activity. Then we've also got the connections to the Victorian curriculum here as well. So obviously we will have that connection to the health and physical education curriculum, as that is where swimming and water safety fits. But we've also made sure that we've connected to other areas of the curriculum so that we can cover those in a variety of different activities and make sure that water safety is that context through which we are teaching. So it's not a specific skill that we can teach all the time. Obviously it is sometimes, but we want to see if we can include it in different areas of the curriculum as well. So that's why we've made those connections, and they're nice and clear at the top of that page there. So underneath you can see the challenge. So this is the task that the students will be completing, almost like their learning intention there as well. So this particular challenge is to develop a storyboard for a television advertisement which will teach the community about water safety. So we've got an example of what that storyboard will look like, and also an outline of things that the storyboard can include there. So the following page will have the layout for how the students can complete their storyboard, and at the end of it all, students can then take that learning further, and they will be able to develop this into a real movie or a clip there. So they'll just need access to a device that has a little movie maker or iMovie app on it, and they can develop this into a real movie. So that can then be shared with their family. It can be shared with their teacher if teachers would like to use that as an assessment task, and fantastic opportunities there for them to utilise their digital technologies learning as well. So that's just a variety of different learning, classroom learning activities and projects that we have developed so that we are still teaching water safety even from a distance. So students may not be able to access their usual school swimming lessons at the moment, but we still need to make sure, like I said before, that they are still learning their water safety. And if we can continue this throughout the year, making sure that they're learning water safety in a variety of different ways, then they'll be ready, hopefully, for the next time they rejoin their school swimming lessons. Okay, so if I head back to our slide here, another lot of brand new resources that many of you may have seen recently. We did just release these, get my days right, last week we released these ones, and these are actually fun activities that can be completed at home. So we know that in current situations, families can't necessarily leave their houses to go and participate in the usual activities that they may be participating in other holidays. So holiday programs, visits to centres, visits to the movies. We're unable to do those sorts of things at the moment. So we've come up with some different ideas that families can complete at home so that they are still practicing water safety in a fun and engaging way. So we've got a couple on the screen here. I'll take you through where we can access them on the toolkit and then go through some more that we have as well. So this is the third tab that we have on that same page before. To be able to access these pages, all you need to do is jump to the home page of the toolkit. So this is at www.lsv.com.au/toolkit. Type that into your website bar and that will bring up this home page here. You can then head over to school swimming here, down to dry swimming programs, and if you click on that one, you'll see our 3 tabs. So the first tab is targeted towards health and PE lessons. So these are lessons that will be occurring at the school. So these may not be able to occur at this time. However, some students may still be attending school. So these are good ones to keep in mind. And there are also some resources on there that can be shared with students digitally as well, and they can complete these at home. So certainly have a look through these and see what things you can still share with your students and your families digitally. We also have some great instructional videos. So these themselves might be a really good opportunity to share with your students and your families so that they can practice some different activities at home. So if we head to our at-home water safety activities, these are the activities that we have designed for families to be able to complete at home. All you need is your house, your backyard, some everyday materials and very easy to access resources as well. So I'll go through a couple. Our first one that popped up on the screen was our water safety scavenger hunt. So you'll notice here that there is an age range, recommended age based on the language used in the activity, based on the learning that's occurring there, but it can be adapted to different ages as well. So don't feel like you're restricted to only do the activities that are targeted at certain ages. You can certainly adapt these to suit the needs of your child or your students. And every activity also has a water safety message involved as well. So this one here, it does involve possibly some water activities as well. So we always recommend that parents are following those supervision requirements that can be found at that Watch Around Water page as well. And we've included that link so that parents can access those and understand what is required. So this is our scavenger hunt activity here, and this involves students having to search, or children having to search for a variety of different objects and different things that they can find around their household while maintaining their learning about water safety as well. So a great one to look at. You can build on this, you can change it around depending on what you have access to at home and in your backyard, and the opportunities are endless there. We can also have a look at another activity here. So this is something that students in a younger age range can have access to as well. So this is allowing them to get hands-on and learn about different natural waterways in our environment and in Victoria that they may find. Again, we've got those supervision requirements here, so very important to take note of those and make sure that you are following those during the activity. We've got the materials needed and the instructions for how to complete the task there. So fantastic opportunities for families to get involved, making sure that we're still teaching those water safety messages, making sure that we're still following on with those, the supervision requirements as well, very important, and keeping families engaged. So this will be these activities for home would be great for aquatics facilities to be able to share. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to maintain that connection with families who are usually involved in your aquatics facilities. So we do encourage you to share these with your families and make sure that we're still sending out those water safety messages. Another one that has been more resources that have been released recently as well are the national resources. So these have been developed by Royal LifeSaving Society Australia, and they are also targeted towards teachers. We have some here targeted towards teachers, and we also have some activities that are targeted towards families. So those fun activity sheets that can be done on weekends, during school holidays, after school, during any free time that your children may have. So fantastic to be able to access these as well. And we'll jump in and we'll have a look and see. So these first activities here that are targeted towards teachers are also accessible for swim schools as well. So great opportunities to be able to share these with schools and encourage them to continue that teaching of water safety, as all these can be shared digitally as well. So we'll jump in and I'll show you how you can access these. These are the in-classroom learning here. So you will need to register to be able to access these. You can register as a school or a swim school. So we'll see if we can access a couple. So if you click on one of those, you'll be able to jump on and register here. If you've already registered, you can then log in. And you'll have the option to either become a Swim and Survive partner or register as a school to access those resources there as well. So I'll make sure, so once you have logged in, this is the page that will pop up. You can then head up to the Water Smart tab there, have a look at the water safety resources for homeschool. So these are the really recent ones that have been developed to support water safety education at home. And there's a fantastic array of resources. I'll scroll you through now for all different levels as well. So we've got units of work, different activities, posters and water safety tips, all for different ages and levels of the curriculum as well. So if we have a look through a couple, we'll see what the units of work look like. So this is for our years 3 and 4. As I said, there are all different year levels that these are targeted towards, all the way from foundation to, I believe, level 10. So great opportunities there. They go through some different key safety tips, some further resources that can be accessed for further learning as well. And then some introductions and some different activities for that unit. So we've got a couple here so far, and they're really, really fantastic activities there. So again, you'll just need access to some everyday materials to be able to run these activities, but these can all be downloaded and shared online for teachers, and aquatics facilities. You can certainly share these with schools and also share these with your families too, to keep them engaged. So as we scroll down, you can see that we have got it all the way up to level 10 there. And there's some really great ones. So a really, really great one to access. And we will put that link in the chat section so that you know exactly how to access those resources there.
And I'll just jump in for a second. There's also translated resources for the Water Smart Award and the year levels. So those needing to share their water safety education in other languages, it's a really good opportunity to use those while they're available.
Absolutely, thank you, Jen. So the opportunities are endless here. We've got so many resources available. So make sure you don't feel stuck, don't feel like you can't still be teaching water safety. And aquatics facilities, you still have so many things that you can share with your families and your schools as well to make sure that they're still being able to teach water safety in different ways. So if we have a look at the fun sort of kids zone activities, I'll open these ones up and you can see that there are an array of activities available here. You will have access to the 3 different apps that have been developed to teach water safety through technology. So these can be accessed on a phone, a tablet, any computer screen as well. And they take students through water safety in that gamification style. So the 000 Kids Challenge is more targeted towards your junior levels, whereas Something Eerie and the Everyday Lifesaver app are targeted towards your more senior levels in primary school and beyond. So there are obviously these fantastic resources here: crosswords, mazes, word find activities, and all sorts of different things. So some great ones to fill the time as well, keep everybody engaged, and they're obviously free to access via that website, which we will share on these on the chat in this session. So moving on now, we not only do have new resources available, there has been lots developed, as you can see, but we also encourage everybody to think about what you already have access to. So we do have a lot of things already on our toolkit, and so you can also think about, what do you have access to, what do you have available that you can still share with families, share with your students, so that they can keep learning water safety and swimming education as well. So some things that we already have on our toolkit that are available for free are our VR tours. So we have 6 of those tours, which I'll take you through in a moment. And these are absolutely fantastic. So really, really engaging. You can use a headset, and these can be accessed at your local store, such as Kmart, Target, Big W. You may already have some at home as well. And if you're feeling really crafty, you can just grab some cardboard, and there are lots of YouTube clips out there that show you how you can create your own headset using an old pizza box, for example. So you don't necessarily need a headset to be able to view these. You can just bring it up on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer screen. And teachers, you can even project it onto your interactive whiteboard if you are filming a lesson and want to share and talk through the VR tours with your students. So great opportunities there. We've also got our Everyday Lifesaver app, which I talked you through a little bit before, and the Something Eerie app as well. So I'll start by going through our virtual reality tours, which are really, really fantastic. As I said, they're completely free to access. They are, if anybody hasn't heard of virtual reality, they are 360-degree images, so you can move the camera around and see the entire space just like you're really there without even leaving a chair. So a fantastic way to see different environments, see different water safety settings, and learn about those key water safety messages as well. So these are all available on our online toolkit. To find these, you can just swipe or scroll towards the school swimming tab there and head down to virtual reality, and that will bring up this page here. So these are some examples of our different virtual reality tours here. We've got LifeSaving Volunteers to the Rescue, which takes students and children through the Westpac Lifesaver Rescue helicopter, and they can actually experience a real training session where they're rescuing someone. It's fantastic. It's one of my favourites, and it's always great to see how the students react when they're hanging halfway out the helicopter above the water, and they all really, really enjoy that. So lots of learning can be taken out of these free virtual reality tours, and very, very engaging too. I'm sure some of the parents can get involved in these as well. They are great for adults. So we've also got Life on the Murray River. So this is a great one to expose students to different waterways, especially inland waterways that they may never have been exposed to before. They may never have visited these waterways before. So learning about those different waterways, how rivers and lakes and different things can act, and some of the dangers involved in these waterways as well, a great way to learn about those. We also have our Everyday Lifesavers tour. This was actually designed by some Year 5 and 6 students who wanted to run us through how to perform emergency response and how to do doctors ABCD as well. So a really great one to be able to teach those particular ideas and topics in a really, really engaging way. So we've got a whole lot more with those, and we can talk you through how to use them as well on our online toolkit. All you need is access to Google Expeditions. That's an app that can be downloaded on any app store or Google Play Store as well. Completely free to download, and all you need to do is look up our LifeSaving Victoria tours and you'll have free access to all of those as well. So on top of that, we've also got our visiting a farm experience and our visiting a pool experience as well. Now, teachers, the great thing about these and what makes it so good is that every single tour has been connected with some teaching resources. So these are actually different activities targeted towards different year levels as well. So you can just download them for free, PDF files already ready to go, and you can develop a whole series of lessons based on those VR tours. So really, really excellent opportunities there, all the way up to levels 5 and 6. And obviously we do have connections to other areas of the Victorian curriculum, such as mathematics, geography, English, civics and citizenship, and so on. So lots of opportunities there to continue teaching water safety in different ways and very, very engaging ways as well. So our visiting a pool experience has the same thing. We've still got all our teaching resources there. And for more information, you can jump onto the LSV VR website. So this will have all of the tours available there, a whole lot more information about how to run them as well. So you're more than welcome to jump on there at any time through our toolkit. Okay, so just taking note of the time as well. You are welcome to jump on and have a look at the Everyday Lifesaver app and the Something Eerie app, both available for free on any app store as well. So download those and you can use them with any phone, tablet, computer, anything like that as well. So they do teach students how to respond safely to emergencies. Everyday Lifesaver takes students through the doctor's ABCD as well in a very engaging way. So there's lots of fun games and activities to do for them to complete on the apps as well. So what we'd like to do now is we're going to give you the opportunity to share what you are doing to connect with students or families and continue teaching water safety. So you'll have the opportunity now to jump on that chat bar, share anything that you are doing, your fantastic ideas, we want to hear the best ones, and how you are sharing those activities and sharing water safety education by staying connected with your families and your students. So some great examples that we have seen in the past are some swim schools are actually completing and developing fantastic and engaging videos of them practicing their swim strokes. And they're then sharing these online with families, whether it be through Facebook or they might be doing some live Zoom sessions for students and children to be able to continue practicing their strokes. They're teaching some water safety games through this way. So being able to share those videos and stay connected with families has been really fantastic to see. We've also seen some swim schools develop their own activity books and they've then shared these with their families as well. And some schools as well who have been able to share different activities that they've developed with their students online. So please don't hesitate, jump on that chat section now and we'll see if anybody has some great ideas to share. Okay, we might leave that for a little bit, but I'm sure some people might be typing their ideas at the moment, so we'll see what pops up shortly. While we're waiting for those ideas and things to pop up, we also have time now to go through some questions and answers. So if you do have any questions that you have been waiting to ask, now's your time to ask them. Again, please jump on the chat section there. You can type them in and we can go through some questions there. I'll also open it up to Michelle, Jen and Liz. If you've noticed any questions there that you may have already answered, but may be really great for the whole group to be able to hear, now is the time to share. So please jump on.
Hi Caitlin, it's Liz here. Hi everyone. Thanks Caitlin, fantastic job. Just a reminder, we've had some great questions come through that Michelle and Jen have been answering. Just a big reminder that we're back every week, every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. They'll go for approximately half an hour, depending on the topic. Some will go a bit over. And next week is about keeping your swim school members engaged while they're not actually coming in to your centre and having swimming lessons. So it's another feed on to what we've done today, but we've got a guest panel and we're going to look at some international initiatives that have been happening as well. So if you see anything great, please send it through, email it through to me. My email's in the meeting chat, so that we can build up this bank of resources to help keep our swim school strong over this period.
Absolutely. Thanks, Liz. So we've just got something here from Alyssa, who's shared what they're doing at their swim school here. So I'll just read that out to the group, Alyssa. It looks like you've developed a Facebook page for your families and you're posting activities daily. So some being water safety based, some craft based, and even some Easter craft competitions. So that's great to hear that you're also connecting it to the current time and what's going on, being Easter time, and keeping that up daily as well. So it's great to see that it's being continuous, and that obviously parents will be able to jump on every day and have a look and see what's new. So great to see. As Liz said, keep those great ideas coming. We do want to hear more and more, and we'll be able to share some more ideas with you in the coming weeks as well. Michelle's just commented there saying that the YMCA Victoria have developed a new web page and an activity book for students with a link to our LSV Toolkit activities as well. So a great one to look up there. And Ocean Grove Surf LifeSaving Club, they have shared a great video for club training, I believe, for the next season's events. So that can be found on our LSV Facebook page as well. So what we'd like to do now is, if you still have more questions, please feel free to pop them on the chat. If you have any more comments or great ideas to share, pop them on the chat as well. But we'd also like to get an idea of where our viewers are from. So as many of you as possible, if you could just write in 1 or 2 or 3 words the area that you work in. So that could be at a school, that could be at a swim school, you might be at an organisation. You don't have to be specific. You are more than welcome just to write school, swim school, maybe your role at the school or the swim school as well, just so we can get an idea of our viewers and that we can target you guys, target all our information towards you guys in the future as well. So pop those on the chat. We can have a look when this meeting's ended as well and see where everybody's coming in from and joining us from. Okay, fantastic to see. Lots of people adding their comments there. I'll give the opportunity again for Michelle or Jen if you guys had any questions or information that you noticed was shared on the chat section. If you want to bring that up now and share that with the group.
I've just had communication from Marie. It's Flash and Learn. She's having some chat function issues, so she's not on the chat. But she'd like to share that she's uploading live Facebook videos. She's doing it in her backyard and sharing a whole range of activities in a very fun and engaging way. For anybody that wants to jump on her Facebook page, they've created a separate one specifically for that purpose, to keep their families engaged and their kids learning at home.
Fantastic. So again, making use of what we have available. We are very, very fortunate in today's day and age to have access to so many things that are technology based and online. So it's great to see that people are making the most of that and being able to stay connected through those sorts of formats. And that's what this is all about, is making sure that we can stay connected with our community, stay connected with each other throughout this time. So that's all really, really important. I've just popped up on the screen here how you guys can contact us as well. So if you do head away from this webinar today and suddenly think of a really important question or a comment that you'd like to share with us, feel free to email us at schoolswimming@lsv.com.au. And you can also get in contact by calling 9676 6940. So Please do get in contact with us with any support that you need, any questions that you have, or any great ideas that you've had as well, and we can hopefully share those in next week's webinar too. So finally, speaking of next week, although I just heard somebody's microphone turn on.
Sorry, that was me. Just reading a few more chats coming through, because there's a couple of people saying that they're having trouble not seeing the chat function. So I'll read them out. Aquamoves are sending video messages from our swim school, from our swim teachers to our swim school students. We've got Cadinia Life. They've made videos for swim school students incorporating some dry exercises that can do at home to keep swim fit. I saw another one. No, that's all I could see for now. Thanks, Caitlin.
No worries, thank you. And we'll hopefully get up to these, as Liz said, we'll bring all these together and share some ideas next week as well. So make sure you tune in next week. So that's the 15th of April, and we'll be sharing lots of ideas to be able to keep swim school families engaged during this time. Liz will be hosting next week, and we'll have a panel of different presenters from various swim schools around Victoria as well. The following week, we'll be talking about babies and toddlers and what you can do at home for teaching water safety education in that space. The following week, we'll be talking about swimming and water safety and how that fits into the Victorian curriculum, and also how we can continue teaching that space in the Victorian curriculum during the current situations as well. And finally, Wednesday the 6th of May, we'll be teaching life-saving skills in inland areas. So we'll be hopefully continuing this on further after the 6th of May as well. So we'll be adding in some different topics there. So definitely stay tuned and see what we will be having in the coming weeks and coming months. And taking note of what tomorrow's webinar will be all about. It will be the management and leadership webinar, so that will happen every Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be joined by Nigel Taylor, who is the CEO of LifeSaving Victoria, and also Shane June, who is the CEO of Aligned Leisure, and they'll be discussing how to respond to emergencies with the CEO panel that they'll have on that webinar as well. So feel free to join in tomorrow with that, or share it with your staff or anybody who would be interested in attending that session. Thank you very much to everyone who has joined into today's session today, and hopefully we'll see you again in the coming Wednesdays as well. Remember to stay safe, stay connected with each other as well, and make sure we're always supporting each other, sharing our ideas and resources, and obviously staying connected, staying together. Thank you very much, everyone.